evening. We got about 12 hours, 15 hours until we pick up Pandora tomorrow, who's done well. So we're thankful for that. Rosemary, where are you going? So Rosemary is going back in at the moment, so I might have to head back in myself. Get some kind of a poll going here. If I can spell. Okay, got a poll going. I'm probably going to go in here because Rosemary is not outside at the moment. Seems like recently when I go in, out she goes in. For whatever reason. Oh, honey. But she's not outside at the moment, so we'll go upstairs. You can let me know when she goes outside, hopefully. Obviously not following me. Hello there, Bruce. Hope you're doing well. Hopefully we'll spend some outside time with Rosemary. That's where I originally set up, but she wanted to go back in. She's been doing that recently. I've been going out and she's been coming in. So, at the moment, we're just gonna hang with Tang here. Hope you're doing well, Bruce. Hope you're doing well, Tranquil. Thanks for popping in. Hope you've been having a good Wednesday afternoon. Obviously, I think some saw my post earlier about Pandora, that she did better today, that she ate her own food by herself last night and this morning, and that she peed, and that she pooped, and that she's chatty, which is good, because chatty is definitely more normal Pandora behavior. Bruce, it finally stopped raining. Yeah, we had a little bit of rain this morning for an hour or two, but things are starting to clear up. Thankfully, because with Pandora tomorrow, we do have a 2-hour car drive to go get her, and then 2 hours to get back. So having no rain while driving in a car with a kitty cat is always a good thing. Even though she's going to get some gabapentin tomorrow before we get there to kind of make her chilled and relaxed on the car drive back home. And then we'll get the instructions on what we need to do, because she is technically still radioactive for the next week or so, week to 10 days or so. So we'll need to either figure out we'll need to flush her litter down the toilet, or we need to store her litter for a very long time. It's funny, each state is a little different with its rules when it comes to the radioactive waste that a cat is peeing or pooping once they've had this treatment. Every state is different. Oh, Tang, you're heavy. You are heavy. Let's see what's going on with the poll. Everybody so far, Garfield, and then Felix. Bruce, that's something we definitely will be asking. I think that might be the case for the first few days. Then after that, we should be good. But that's something we will need to find out tomorrow morning when we go and pick her up. Hello there, John. Hope you're doing well. Hope your kitties are doing well. And I hope life is going good right now for you. It's funny, I started this live stream out in our screen porch with Rosemary. But again, when I go out there with this camera, Rosemary goes back in. So I don't know if she's just not wanting this camera. She's just wanting, to not be on it as much anymore. I'm not sure. Just not sure. But hopefully, as I said earlier, hopefully everybody's having a good Wednesday so far. Just kind of hanging here with Tang at the moment, who's posing for you, who's wanting a little bit of a belly rub. He's presenting his belly. Those who don't know, when a kitty cat is comfortable enough to openly show their belly to you, or you can put your hand on their belly like this, it is quite a bit of trust that you have from the kitty. John, I'm a bit late. Just uploaded a video I just filmed. I put out the Ripple rug and the cat billies loved it. Awesome, John. I will definitely check that out. Check that video out. No worries about being late, John. I'm glad you're here. I don't expect you to be here right when I start, because that's unrealistic. And life happens. So no worries on that end. Joe, don't bite me, gee. So I'm definitely relieved to hear that news about Pandora when we called earlier in the morning. It has still been a very long and stressful last 48 hours or so. And knowing that we still have a little bit of time, but knowing that she's acting more herself is a good thing too. Tranquil, do you want to expand on what you mean by life definitely happened today? What do you mean? What's going on with you? Now, hopefully sometime during this next 50 minutes or so, Rosemary, my wife, will let me know if Rosemary goes back outside, and hopefully she will, because I do like to be out there with her, just to kind of have more of a scenic, tranquil, serenity type of view on this live stream. I could be out there by myself, but it's who lets that though? I mean, y'all come to see the kitties and to kind of listen to me babble. Or you just have the volume off and then you don't listen to me babble at all. That might be the way to go sometimes, I think. Hey, honey. Now, kind of knowing what to be expected, what to expect with Pandora's I-131 treatment, we do wonder if we might do the same with Rosemary, but we still feel, for the most part, Rosemary is fairly regulated with her hyperthyroidism, with the medication, with her meds. So we probably will continue not to do that, but it definitely is something that's an option for her. But we will see. Let me check on the polling here. I just want to see favorite cartoon cat so far. Garfield has gotten most of the votes with 83%. I'm not sure if anybody knows who Heathcliff even is. If you know who Heathcliff is, just let me know in the chat. And those are the only really cartoon cats I could think of, though. Garfield, Heathcliff, Felix. Felix. There might be another another cartoon cat. I guess there's Snowball too off of The Simpsons, but I don't think that cat's really all that well known. I mean, even though The Simpsons have been on for a very, very, very long time. Crazy to think The Simpsons, I think, have been on for 35 years now, 36 years. I'm 44, so they've been on for most of my life. I guess my wife is first saying Tom from Yom and Jerry, and then I guess it's Tom. Then Bruce is also saying Tom. Yeah, I forgot about Tom and Jerry. I still think Heathcliff, though, will probably he'll probably win this vote. Or not Heathcliff, what did I say? I meant Garfield. I think we got a little bit of a glare there, so let me kind of come up a little closer to Tang. Get that glare I'm noticing on the camera. So we'll kind of hang with Tang for a smidge. Oh, Tangerine. Oh, Orange. Oh, Floof. Oh, Goofball. Then we'll hang with the other kitties. And like I said, hopefully Rosemary will decide to go back outside. If not, maybe I'll just hang with her in the kitchen for a little bit. You can check her sitting in her sink. My wife is saying she just went outside, so we're going to exit stage left here for a moment and see if we can hang out with Rosemary for a little bit. We might be back, Tang. Because I'd rather be outside with Rosemary for a little bit of time. Apparently she's sniffing around, but like I said recently, when she sees this camera, this phone, she tends to want to go back in. Maybe I'll just close the door a little bit more. See how she does. Kind of be out here in the nature outside. Kind of hang with Rosemary for a little bit. Just relax with her. That's a very long name, so hello there. I guess you must be a Garfield fan. Hopefully you're a cat fan in general. We have 9 cats in our home. Right now you're looking at Rosemary. If you wish to see all of the kitties, then just stay tuned and stay in the stream. If not, that's cool too. John, the cat from Pepe Le Pew, who was always getting a white stripe for various reasons, and then overtures by Le Pew the skunk. Yeah, I have no idea what that cat's name was, John. I don't know if it even had a name. But I do know the kitty that you're talking about. Yes, the no Win Keno D we long name won the Force. You might be a Star Wars fan, but I think you win the award for the longest YouTube channel, or not channel name, but you like YouTube name that I'm aware of. Are you protesting this? Your PFP is a Scottish Fold mixed with Orange Tabby. Okay, awesome. We do have an orange tabby who was on a little bit ago, Tang. I don't know if you were in the live stream when I was showing Tang, but we do have an orange tabby. We have a tortoiseshell here who's showing her backside because she's being shy right now. We have three tuxedos. We have two tabbies, I want to say. And then we have a flame point Siamese, or potentially a Turkish fan. We're not sure about her breed, besides just being a domestic short hair. I can't add any letters to this username. Yeah, I think you're used all your letters up. It's definitely unique and memorable. I will say that for sure. We got some birds going. We've had a lot of birds recently, going around the backyard. Liked Garfield in the comics. Never liked the voice on the TV. John, I don't know. I kind of like. I think his name was Lorenzo Neal. I think the actor, the voice actor for the TV one. I was good with his voice, personally. But hello there, Sydney Cat. Hope you're doing well. Rosemary's doing a little burlesque show at the moment. For those that are really into kitties. No, I'm kidding. Don't take that too serious, YouTube. What I find to be kind of annoying is I know they're making a new animated Garfield movie, but I tried to make it super short, but it wouldn't let me, so I went with the longest possible. Yeah, very much so. So what I was saying with there's like a new Garfield animated movie that's coming out. You've probably seen the commercials, maybe you haven't. But what I don't like is they're making Chris Pratt, who was the voice of Mario, which I think was a mistake. He just didn't fit. It's like, can't they get people that actually have good voices to do voice acting instead of just stars to do voice acting? Because they want to obviously try to sell and market the movie, so they got to have these big names who don't really have the voices to voice act properly, in my opinion. But maybe that's just me. I like they should have had, and again, I'm going to talk about games here just momentarily. They're back on the old Nintendo 64, a very old system. There was the voice actor who did like the Mario voice, Charles something. I can't remember his last name. I think it started with an M. But to me, he should have been the voice actor for Mario in the Mario movie of, I think, last year or the year before. Not some big star. But I do understand, studios are trying to make money, obviously, and you put big names in front of stuff, people tend to go. But again, that's just me. I think a bit differently. I think from a lot of other people. Kind of makes me. Makes me a little different. Think a little different about stuff. Again, as always, I didn't have this a poll question, but if any of your kitties, or if you're listening and you're new to this channel, if any of you need any kitty advice, feel free to put it in chat. Feel free to ask a question, with one of, anything that might be going on with your cats, any kind of illness, any kind of concerns, anything like that. And myself, along with the bulk of everybody else that's in this chat, especially those who have those blue wrenches, they also have kitties and have experience also with kitties. So, when in doubt, ask. The only dumb question is the question that's not asked usually in life. Getting a little philosophical on this Wednesday evening. Sydney Cat, how's the weather there in Chicago? I will eventually kind of try to get a bit more of a face shot of Rosemary, because I know as exciting as her backside is, I think her front side is a little bit more appealing for most. Let me see if I can. Hi, honey. Come this way. The people want to see you. They don't want to see your calico hump. They want to see your face. Sydney Cat, beautiful day in Chicago. You finished your work and got some gardening done. Cool. Tomorrow rain again. Today was lovely. Thank you for asking. You are welcome. John, why are all of my cats so happy together this evening? Because I filmed again. Oh my god, they are the stars. Loving attention. Yep. Yes, again, those who might be listening to this chat, watching this live stream, new to this channel, this is a more laid back, casual live stream. Nothing crazy. Not, 700 people in the chat, everybody, just spamming emojis and stuff like that, that kind of silly stuff. This is more real life, down to earth, real cats, real life, real stuff. So if that's something that you're interested in, then, hang out, kind of enjoy. Always introduce yourself, though, if you want to. Don't be shy. Nobody here is going to get you. Nobody's going to scratch you. Nobody's going to bite you. But I understand. Some people are kind of afraid. Tranquil has a question. Why are cats so irresistible? Well, Tranquil, there is a study out that I think on one of my Sunday live shows that I did at one point in time, it had something to do with their poop. It was called toxic something, right? So if you're like around cat poop too much, and I'm being somewhat serious here, but mostly just silly, but that the more that you're like around cat poop or something, it does something to your brain, and you have to get more kitties. But on a more, I guess, realistic note, I think there's an appeal for kitties because they're elusive, they're aloof to a point. They're very independent for the most part, but they're also very loving, and they have a desire to be around humans that dogs also do, but it's just a little bit different because dogs, they it's like they can't do well without human attention. Cats, on the other hand, they can, go without human attention for hours or days potentially. They usually will come back to you, but they can be very just independent spirits and kind of free souls, if you will. Others think dogs are irresistible. Is that from steaming dog poop covering their yards? John, good question. There might be some kind of a toxic something when it comes to dog poop. Maybe. I don't know. I do know, thankfully, even though our neighbors don't have fences and their dogs don't go on leashes, their dogs do not poop in our yard, thankfully. If they did, we would have a bit of a problem because it's like, I don't mind your dog pooping and peeing in your yard, but I don't want that to be happening in this yard. Especially dog pee, because dog pee is very bad for grass. If they do it long enough, it can pretty much just ruin your grass with like the acidity in their pee. It's quite something. And again, nothing against dogs and nothing against dog parents. They're not for me. They're not my cup of tea. I think they're too much work. I think they are too needy, and I just eh, I just prefer kitties, plain and simple. That's my thing. So right now, if you are new to this live stream, hello. Like I said, don't be shy. This is Rosemary that you're looking at right now. She is one of 9 kitties that we have. Only 8 are with us at the moment. One is finishing up a medical procedure that I will have a video out. Unfortunately, if you're not subscribed to my other channel, I'm not going to mention its name here either. So I guess you're kind of out of luck with that, but that's okay. That I will have out on my other channel, though, kind of documenting her experience and hyperthyroidism and all that good stuff. So, but this is Rosemary. She's deaf. She's 16, 17. And I will get to showing our other kitties here in a little bit. But for the time being, I just want to kind of hang out here with Rosemary. John, so many folks let their dogs cover their yards in dog poop and pee. I have to survey these properties regularly, a stinking field of landmines. I can only imagine. I can only imagine. You know, the thing really also, and that's the other thing, I mean, you know, litter boxes, I think those who don't really know about cats, they don't seem to understand that cats are actually really clean. And as long as you scoop out their litter, their pee and their poop on a daily basis, you're not really going to have any kind of smells or anything like that associated with it or with them. I think there's a bit of a misnomer, misconception when it comes to that. Some people just, you know, just don't know any better. They are continually thinking of like just old wives' tales when it comes to cats, and just myths and, you know, stuff that they heard as a child, or just stuff like that, in my opinion. Hello there, Danielle. Hope you're doing well. Right now, Danielle, we're just kind of hanging out here with Rosemary out here on our screened-in porch. There are some birds chirping. I will stop talking for a moment. Okay, that's enough. Maybe eventually I'll do the whole hour with not saying anything and see how it goes. Especially if I can be out here in the porch and I got the birds for background noise. Let's see. Bruce, it says use non-scented litter. Um, yeah, preferably you're not supposed to use scented litter, preferably because it's the scent is something that can get into the kitties as they're scratching and digging their mounds to do their business. It can get into their airways, it can get into their lungs. Hello there, Kyle Patterson. Hope you're doing well. But anyways, like I said, it can get into their lungs, and it can just make them sick over time. So a non-scented litter, you know, the world's best cat litter, I would highly recommend. And I think I said this a day ago or a couple days ago. It doesn't have a scent to it. It's clay. It's not clay. It's corn based, and it lasts a lot longer than your normal litters. Hello there, crazy pirates. Hope you're doing well. Hello, cat from Japanese. So, crazy pirates, are you from Japan? If you are, welcome. Right now, you're staring at Rosemary, one of 9 kitties that we have. Let me go back for a second, John. You were saying clean your litter boxes daily and use clumping litter. You'll hardly ever smell the kitty cat in your house. I agree. I agree with you there, John. But if you are new to this, or this is your first time kind of checking this channel out through this live stream, welcome again. Name is Adam, aka Catattainment. We got 9 cats here altogether. You are looking at Rosemary right now, who is 16, 17 years old. She is a deaf kitty, so she's technically special needs, and um, She's got a thyroid issue, so she's got hyperthyroidism, so her metabolism is really high sometimes. John, so the two litters that I use, Crazy Pirates, thank you for saying that with Rosemary. She is a cute kitty. If you hang around long enough, Crazy Pirate, I only stream for an hour. John, I'll get to your question in a second. So, Crazy Pirate, if you kind of hang here long enough, you will see the other kitties. But right now, we're just kind of hanging with Rosemary. But John, to answer your question, so the two we use two litters. We use the world's best cat litter. There are multiple bags, like each color. Like there's a red bag, a green bag, and I think like a like a tan bag. I'm not sure what the different ones are. To be honest with you, like what the what differentiates them. But we use the red one. Like I said, it lasts a long time in their litter box. And we also use Scoop Away. So we do those too. The one bad thing about Scoop Away, though, is on occasion, because we buy it in bulk, and sometimes like the formula changes. So sometimes it's like kind of like a dark gray looking litter, and then sometimes it's like a light gray looking litter. And I've noticed the lighter the litter color, like for whatever reason, it doesn't clump the same as like the darker brown one does. So I don't know what the deal is with that, but we buy in bulk. But those are the two litters that we use. Tried other ones, but to be honest with you, we just don't think the quality is good enough, or it's just not the same for us. I know people use Tidy Cat, and there's a pretty litter. Some people use pine logs. Um, pine logs are really Pine logs have a lot of pros to them, but the issue with the pine logs is the peeing aspect, because it just, and maybe they've changed, but they don't clump really that well, or maybe it's the opposite. They clump too well, but then you're throwing away so much litter. That's just my experience with pine logs. Now we are thinking about moving back to the coast, back in the Wilmington area, so back very close to the Atlantic Ocean, and we could just get a bunch of sand, right? We have a backyard, and then it's just full of sand. So that could be their litter box, one big giant sandbox. Uh, let's see. John, you've been using Tidy Cat's lightweight and have been quite happy, but only the lightweight version. Why is that, John? Is there a difference between, I guess, the lightweight version and the, I guess, normal version, or heavyweight version? Rosemary is like, he's telling all my secrets. Yeah, pretty much. And she can't hear me anyway, so she won't know. Even though she can't hear, though, she is very wise. Hi, Green Eyes. We're probably going to hang out here with Rosemary for about another 5 minutes or so. And then I will go upstairs and we will kind of hang out with Tang for a few more minutes. And then we will hang out with our other ones. And just kind of go from there. John, the lightweight holds up for longer and it comps better. Gotcha. Crazy Pirates, Kauai? Do you mean Hawaii, Crazy Pirates? Here's a question for everybody. It's not cat related because everything on here is not always cat related. Now, John, as far as I know, or at least the people that I know that are in here, you have been to, without a doubt, the most places here. Hello there, NPP. Hope you're doing well. Is there a state or a country that everybody would like to visit and they have not been to yet. Let me know in the chat if there is a place, a country, or a state in the U.S. that you would like to visit that you have not visited yet. Is that door closed a little too short there, honey? I know, we're going to come in a second, honey. I know. John, when you're scraping the residue pee from the bottom of the tub, your litter has failed. Oh, I gotcha. Tranquil, yep, I know you got Oregon. Been to Oregon, Tranquil. Oregon's a very pretty place. John, Maine, yeah, Maine. Then NPP, you're also saying Maine. The very long name, you're saying Bhutan. Where is Bhutan located at? Is that what continent is that on? Where is Bhutan at? It sounds familiar, like I've heard of it before. Okay, it's open now, honey. Yes, Tranquil, I know your obsession. Oh, you don't know? Okay. Well, if anybody knows where Bhutan is, like what country it's located, it sounds like an Asian country. John, you're missing Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, and North Dakota. NPP, Oregon is beautiful, Tranquil. We are going again this summer. Awesome, NPP. Hope you enjoy that. I'm sure you'll get plenty of good footage for your channel and just a good place to explore in general. Asia, you think near Nepal. Okay, I gotcha. All right, I'm gonna come back in and we're gonna show the other kitties for the couple of folks that are new. Let Rosemary hang out there. We will go up these million stairs. And we'll first hang out with Tang for a few moments. Hey, Tang. Come here, boy. So those who are still hanging in this chat and that are new, this is Tang. Sydney Cat. Bhutan, John, Bhutan is near Nepal. Same north of India, southern Himalayas. Gotcha. And then Sydney Cat, you're saying the same. Known for its monasteries, fortresses, and dramatic landscapes. Awesome. NPP, if you could visit another country, you would visit something like Italy. Okay. Yeah, my wife would like to visit those European countries, Italy, France. Hello there, Mr. Zoni. Hope you're doing well. So this is Tang. Those new to this chat and new to this channel, Tang is a 3-year-old orange tabby, as you can see. Sydney Cat, I didn't know you lived in Idaho. Interesting. Were you born in Idaho then, Sydney Cat, or were you born in Illinois, or vice versa, then just moved? But anyways, like I was saying, Tang is a foster fail. Him and his sister Tiny were both foster fails. We fostered him, her, and their siblings about 3 years ago, roughly. And we kept these two. There were 5 little kittens altogether. And so we had these two. Tang is a good boy. Tang sometimes is a little naughty, though. He chases his sister. But she can use it, though, because his sister is a little chubby. Tiny is her name. Kind of ironic, right? Tiny, but she's chubby. So it's good for her to get chased every so often, lose some weight. Bruce, you're done traveling. My wife and I would definitely love to get back into traveling, but with some of our kitties, it's not realistic. We have our diabetic kitty, and we have Rosemary, and we have Pandora, and those kitties kind of need some full-time care, so it's not realistic at this point in time. Sydney Cat, no, you were born in Chicago and you lived in Chicago still. You just lived in Idaho for 3 years for work. Okay, interesting, interesting. What were you doing there, Sydney Cat, work-wise? And is it the same thing you're doing now? Ting's got some things. All right, let's get on to the other kitties. Let's see what's going on with the poll so far. Garfield has the overwhelming number. Yoda. Heathcliff has a little bit, and Felix. So this is Yoda. Yoda is, besides Rosemary, I think Yoda is most everybody's favorite of our bunch, of our 9. He is a goofball. This is the baby who's coming up. Bless you, Yoda. The baby is very needy, as you can see, because she's pretty much crawling right into my lap, wanting attention. She's a needy little calico, as most calicos are. Sydney Cat, pretty much the same thing you're doing now, yes. I work with people and help people. That's all I can say here. I can understand, Sydney Cat. I got you. But the baby is very jealous. She pretty much wants to like sit on me here as I'm doing this. So I guess you're just going to have to kind of hang there. I'll give a little bit of a close-up for her. Thank you, Mr. Zoni. She's a good calico. She's 13 or so. She is another. She wasn't a foster fail. I was working in physical therapy many years ago. Hello there, Icon. Hope you're doing well. Fritz the cat. Well, I mean that is technically a cartoon cat, yes, but I had to keep it PG though, Icon, and I think Fritz is known for some X-rated stuff. that I know at least. But anyways, so what was I saying? Yeah. So the baby, when I worked in physical therapy, she, my boss, told me one day that we have kittens coming. Like it was a patient I think of ours had like their mama cat had kittens and she wanted to bring them in so me and my boss could look at them. And me and my boss, there were 3 kittens altogether, and she took one and I took one. So I have the baby, and then my boss has, her name is Christy, she has the baby's brother, and I cannot remember his name for the life of me. This was like 13 years ago, so it's been a while. Definitely been a while. Yeah, Icon, you figured? Yeah. So right now you're staring at Kit. Kit is another rescue kitty. My wife is saying, and if you all want to say hello to my wife, that's Catherine Holmes. It's totally up to you, but that's her. So this is Kit. Kit is another foster fail. Kit is an adult foster fail. And her backstory briefly. To our knowledge, she was abused / neglected when she was younger, and the family that was fostering her had to go somewhere. They had to like go on a trip or something. I don't remember exactly the backstory, but our group that we were fostering with asked us if we could foster her, even though we had never fostered adult cats. It had always just been kittens. But we said, sure. I mean, we can try. We can take her on. and she was very timid and very shy for the first, I don't know, 10 days, 2 weeks, something like that, because of her neglect or abuse that she had suffered when she was younger. Because sometimes people do awful things to animals, and those people should, well, they should be punished accordingly, and that's all I'll say on that subject. But so, anyways, time went by, and Tiny just ran by. I'll get her in a second. But time went by. She slowly but surely started to open up to us. We had her in a room isolated. She, would kind of like peek her head out, or we were on the bed just kind of watching TV, just kind of hanging out. And she would watch us. She'd be very timid. She'd have very wide eyes. And little by little, she would start getting closer and closer, sticking her head out more, and then, seeing what we were doing. Eventually, she would like jump up on the bed next to us, not wanting to be petted yet, but just kind of checking us out, making sure that we were not going to harm or hurt her. Eventually, we got to pet her, and over the course of, I don't know, maybe 2 months or so, we kind of broke her shell. She warmed up to us, and we decided to, we had to start introducing her to the other cats, and that went well enough, well as introductions can go, I should say, because sometimes it can be a little interesting, let's say, when it comes to cat introductions. But she warmed up, and we've had her, I don't know how long we've had Kit, to be honest with you now. Maybe 6 years or so, maybe 7 years. I'm not really sure. It's been a while. My wife is saying there was a thunderstorm, apparently. I guess we had some kind of thunderstorm, and maybe she warmed up to us. I don't really recall that, so, if you want to talk more about that, then, feel free to put that in the chat, because I honestly don't remember that. But now, as you can see, I pull my hand, I put my hand up, I kind of do this kind of thing, right? Because sometimes you do this, your kitties will come to you, at least some of ours do. And she wants a ton of attention now. Now she's a bit of attention hog. So she is always wanting attention now. She especially likes her butt and shoulder rubs. That's something that she really loves. So if you ever think about fostering, or if you ever want to foster, think about sometimes fostering kittens for sure, because kittens are easy for the most part. But also think about fostering older cats, because again, it's the same with like adopting older cats. They just need a good foster home, one that they can regain the trust that they lost of humans due to, previous traumatic incidents and episodes, and they can realize that not all humans are the same, and not all humans want to hurt them. Some of them, want to, most of humans, I hope, actually, want to do, the right thing and not be abusive or neglectful towards kitties, but just provide them with a safe, secure, and warm environment for them to live in. And I guess my wife must be telling the backstory of her a little bit. I think I saw something. She was crying, scared in room, so we let her out with the others, and started the integration process. So apparently that's how we did it. Sometimes you can, a lot of the times introductions with other cats is a slow process. Takes weeks, months. And sometimes it's, I guess, an event that just creates a bonding opportunity for her and for the others. Now, I will say, though, to be honest with you, sometimes she does slap the others around, and sometimes she hisses at them. But that's just kind of her, domineering nature and putting herself on the top of the totem pole, because those who have multiple kitties. I think most of y'all know that cats are definitely territorial, and there's a pecking order usually. This is Tiny, by the way. Come here, Tiny. This was the orange kitties. This is Tang's brother, or sister, I should say, Tiny, who's showing off her big butt at the moment. But you can kind of see she's got some chunk to her. She's got some weight to her. We call her Tiny. That was her foster name, but she's definitely not Tiny. Tiny's about 15 pounds, and we always imagine her, if you kind of wrap her arms and legs together, she's like a bowling ball, basically. Crazy Pirates, very, 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 very cute cats. Thank you. We got a few more to show off here in the next about 5, 6, 7 minutes or so. Excuse me. But just kind of hanging out with these right now. If you are new to this chat, I see the people number. It fluctuates from time to time. So if you hear my voice, hello, welcome. Say hello in the chat. We won't bite. We won't scratch. We will be kind, warm, and courteous to you. As long as it goes both ways, obviously. Any kind of nonsense will be handled quickly by me or a moderator, perhaps. But anyways, going on. So Tiny and Tang, they're about 3. She's gotten more loving as she's gotten a little bit older. She's still kind of crazy as a kitten is. I think it was a severe thunderstorm that finally sealed the deal here with Louie and the others. They all huddled together in the bathtub bunker. Crazy Pirates. Kawaii is Japanese. Kawaii is cute. Okay, awesome. Crazy Pirates, have you ever heard of the term? It's a Hawaiian term, actually, but the term kahu. If you have, let me know in the chat. Now, I think most of you are familiar with the term kahu. It's something that I preach. I know cat parents, it's good, but also I do like the term kahu, though, too. I feel like kahu is more appropriate for what a cat parent really is. But I got to move the baby, who's just comfortably sitting on my lap, because I got to show a couple more kitties before we start to wrap up. So up on the bed here, I have 3. As I was saying a little earlier, this is Yoda. He is another foster fail. Yoda is one of 6 cats that we had, 6 kittens that we were fostering, I should say. Yoda is one of the favorites. A lot of people like Yoda's face and his facial expressions. Something's got his attention. I'm not sure what. Yoda. But that's Yoda. I'm going to go over here to Zelda. Now, Zelda is our oldest kitty. And when I say her age, a lot of people don't believe she's this old just because of how she looks. Because she does look fairly well, like in good shape for her age. And all things considered, she is in good shape for her age. Zelda's 19. Zelda's diabetic, so she is kind of another special needs kitty because she needs medication to live. She gets insulin twice a day. And she's had diabetes going on now about 8 years or so. She maintains a good solid weight because the thing with diabetes, kidney disease, hyperthyroidism, those 3 terrible diseases, cats tend to lose weight. But Zelda has maintained a solid 12 pounds. We weighed her just a few weeks ago. She's about 12, 13 pounds. She could probably actually, stand to lose maybe a pound or so, and she'd be good. But this is Zelda. Another thing about Zelda, just a little interesting fact, she doesn't have many teeth left because one of the thing with her disease that she has, not the diabetes, but something else. She has something called feline something to do with it's like a mouth disease where she gets lesions kind of in her gums, and we have to pull her teeth out. The last time she had an extraction a couple years ago, they had to pull out 9. She's got a few teeth left, but probably the next time she has to have a dental done, she will probably be down to very few teeth, if any teeth at all. And fun fact, cats can definitely eat just fine without any teeth. They don't need it. It's easier for them, of course, but they don't need it necessarily. Let me get on to this other tuxedo. Excuse me, Kit. So we have 3 tuxedos all together. And if you just popped into this live, welcome, say hello. Don't be a stranger, don't be shy. We won't bite, I promise. We might scratch a bit, but we won't bite with all these cats. This is Max, Whiskers Maximus, aka Max. He is about 9. Max is also on 1 medication. You coming over, Zeus? Hi, Zelda. Bye, Zelda. So anyways, Max is 9. He's on a medication. He has a gut stomach motility issue, which in simpler words means that sometimes his intestines, they don't run smoothly all the time. So sometimes they get kind of stuck. So sometimes food gets stuck and it causes him to throw up. So the medication he's on makes his intestines just kind of run smoothly instead of just kind of getting stuck. He's not a fan of the medication. He definitely puts up a bit of a fight when it comes to medicating. We get it down him, but he definitely is dramatic about it. But he takes it like a champ. But he's a good boy. His kitten name was Whiskers Maximus because he's got some pretty long whiskers, as you can see on the screen. Yes, the Northern Lights. Did not see them. Eventually, as far as the Northern Lights go, I would love to eventually get back up to Alaska. If y'all haven't been to Alaska, I would highly, highly, highly recommend going to Alaska, whether that's by a cruise, by a train, traveling into it yourself, driving around, whatever. I would just, recommend getting into Alaska. Bruce, the issue though, hiding it in a treat, that is a good suggestion. But see, cats are smart, so you might fool them the first few times, but eventually what the cat's going to do, they're going to know there's a medication in there. And what they're going to do, because we've had this happen before, they're going to eat around that treat. Eat around the medication, and they'll just get the treat and the medication will still just be there. There are things obviously such as like pill pockets, right? Different flavored pill pockets, but most cats after a while they figure it out and they just eat around it. So you have to, it's the whole, unless the pill can be crushed, then it's okay, because then you can mix it in the food, assuming the cat eats the food. But it's the old pill gun down the throat. And maybe eventually during one of these lives, I will kind of do like a little demonstration, if requested, on pilling a cat, because pilling a cat can definitely be challenging. Clipping a cat's nails can be challenging. Giving a cat sub-Q fluids, which we do on occasion, it's been a while, but we do on occasion, can be challenging. Very challenging things with kitties sometimes. NPP, Alaska is gorgeous. I completely agree. We definitely have to get back to Alaska sometime, probably on a cruise ship. Go into Glacier Bay. It would be awesome to see. But anyways, it is about that time. It is about a minute before the hour is up. So I want to thank all of you for popping in here. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night. Let me say goodbye to John, NPP, Bruce, kind of scrolling down. Crazy Pirates, thanks for popping in. If you are interested in this content, go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you want to, Crazy Pirates, and you can see more of this. I do live streams every day. Tranquil, good night. Just kind of scrolling down. Icon, if you're still here, good night. Mr. Zoni, if you're still here, good night. The one with the long name, which I can't pronounce, if you're still here, have a good night. Sydney Cat, good night. So I want to wish you all a good night, and I will. Tomorrow will be kind of special because tomorrow we'll have Pandora back, and I'll definitely be spending some time with Pandora. I might get a little radioactive, I might turn a little green, but hey, it's part of life, right? Anyways, have a good night. Have a good rest of your evening. Till tomorrow. Take care. God bless. Hug a kitty. Adopt a kitty. Adopt a older cat. Night night. Bye, Max.